someone says down the road, I do want to make a Magic biopic and I want to do it right and I want to get it right, what is the thing they need to understand about you in order to make sure that they do get it done right?
That's a great question, and nobody's ever asked me that, so I appreciate that. 18,000 all in Celtic jerseys.
And you know they don't like you.
That's right. And they didn't. You know, man, Dick, Larry's gonna kill you. You know, everybody's like all into it.
Mr. Johnson, this is a fucking great interview.
Thank you. Oh,
this is a
was
great
fun.
interview.
Amazing, brother.
That was a great interview. Thank you, sir. I really do appreciate you. That was a great
I
interview.
like you going in the direction because nobody has gone.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
I'm going to start with what is my favorite Magic Johnson stat, and that is that you have the highest assists per game average in NBA history. And the reason I bring that up is because what an assist means. It means that you're helping someone in a crucial moment in your life, which is something that you have continued to do even after you've stepped off the court. So how has the word assist changed for you over the last 30, 40 years?
It really hasn't changed. I was a point guard on the basketball court, so I love to pass the ball and set my teammates up to be successful. I run my business the same way, where I try to hire the best people and then create this amazing strategy, and then they execute, and I'm still passing the ball to them. And then in the community, I want to assist the community through scholarships, through health and wellness, through financial literacy. So when you think about myself, we've sent over 10,000 minorities to college, so I really care about education for minorities. They have the grades to go, but they don't have the financial means to go, so I help them to achieve their goal and dream, which is to get a degree and then go on and take care of themselves and their family. We have turkey drive, we have toy drive. They're coming up in the next month, so we want to give back to the community. There's tough times right now in the world, so we want to make sure that everybody has a Thanksgiving. Every kid hopefully can have toys for Christmas. So these are the things that I'm doing, and I love to assist and help, and I probably better give my parents a lot of love and thank you, because they built me this way.
There are a lot of great basketball players out there who go out to the court, they bust their ass, they play the game, they do a great job, and they go home and they live their lives. There's nothing wrong with that. But there was a moment for you where you said, that's not enough. I'm not going to just be a great basketball player. I got to do something else. Do you remember the moment where you kind of paused and went, it's not enough to be this, I also need to be that?
Yeah, I think, it was like my third or fourth year in the league, and, a gentleman pulled me aside in Los Angeles, said, hey, you got to be more than just a great basketball player. And I didn't comprehend it at first until I got home and thought about what he was saying, and also what my mother used to tell me. And so then I started getting involved and started the Magic Johnson Foundation, and getting involved in other foundations, and then HIV and AIDS. And, so I just started getting involved in everything that I was passionate about, also areas where minorities needed help. And so that's what drove me to just giving back and giving back and giving back, man.
I would imagine there's no shortage of people that come up to you and have some sort of memory about, you changed my life during this game and that game and that moment. But what about the people that come up to you and say, you changed my life because you were on the forefront of HIV and AIDS, you were on the forefront of safe sex, you're on the forefront of RSV. Do you have a moment where someone came up to you about something like that?
Oh yeah, a lot of moments, because there's been a lot of moments, either live or letters, people saying, hey, I didn't tell my parents, I had HIV until you came out and you gave me the strength to tell my family. You saved my life because I went and got tested and I didn't know I had HIV. And so we drove a lot of people to get tested, going back for their results. And so it's been a blessing. Then we raised, 25, 30 million for different HIV and AIDS organizations across the world. And so I love the fact that I can bring about change. And if I could save anybody, I want to do just that. And that's why I'm on this campaign. We've been to Arizona, we've been to New York, and now here in the beautiful Chicago. And I want to just go around, talk about it. Just make sure you have all the information. A lot of times people just don't have the information. What saved my life was early detection. I went and got my physical. That's how we found out. So I'm glad it happened, because now I could get on my meds. I could start doing what I needed to do to be here a long time. 32 years I've been living with HIV. So again, everybody out there, not selling you nothing. Just go out and get the information, educate yourself, and know that you could be at risk for RSV.
I'm going to ask a couple of nerdy questions, if you don't mind.
And it's okay.
This is blasphemy, so I got to say it very quietly as we sit in Chicago. You are my favorite basketball player of all time.
You got to say it real quiet.
Real quiet. I just heard some oohs in the city of Chicago. But one of my favorite facts in general is how much sports history changed. This history of Chicago changed because of a coin flip. It was literally a coin flip that determined whether or not you were going to be a Laker or a Bull.
That's right.
Have you ever thought about what would have happened, who you would have been, what your life would have been if that coin had landed on tails and you had become a Chicago Bull?
I really never thought about it until you just brought it up. I think that it would have been totally different, but hopefully with the same results, right? Because I was driven to win. I don't care about anything else but winning. And I think that I would have been able to help the Bulls just like Michael Jordan did, and to win. And so, but I think it happened for a reason that I ended up in Los Angeles. My personality fits Hollywood. And it happened that Larry Bird ended up in Boston. That's his personality. And then Michael Jordan can come here and become the greatest of all time as a basketball player here in Chicago. So it all happened for a reason, and it happened great for basketball and the NBA.
That leads perfectly into my next question, because I have a quote that I love, which is, Magic Johnson, that's when the game changed. Do you know who said that?
No.
Michael Jordan said that. And we could have conversations all day as to who the greatest of all time is. And we could never end that conversation. But do you at least give yourself the credit that you're the person that changed the game of basketball?
Well, I made it entertainment. And I think Larry Bird changed it too. So we both came in together when it was a me league and an I league, and we changed it to a we. We changed it to a team game, and that's when it exploded. And so when you think about my style of play, I always wanted to entertain the crowd as long as it led to winning.
Showtime's fantastic as long as it's also wrapped up with a big W. I want to ask about something I've always wanted to know, which is one of the great what-ifs in sports history, which is King of the Court.
Right.
You came this close to doing, this is 1990, I believe, a pay-per-view one-on-one game with Michael Jordan, and then it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
What the hell? Why did we not have that in the annals of sports history?
Something happened at the end. We both had said, okay, that'll be great, and let's do it. And then something came about. I don't know if it was the league or something, and then we just didn't do it. But when you think about Michael and I have always been friends, and I'm so proud of the way he has conducted himself and built his business afterwards, and the way I'm doing the same thing. And so we both laugh now. This summer we had a great laugh. We were over in Europe together, and we were saying, can you believe two little boys, and this is what we have become, and this is what we've done after basketball, right? And so it's a beautiful thing.
I'm going to put you on the spot. When you watch the game today, who's the person that you think, God, I'd love to go one-on-one with that person?
Well, I think you first got to start with LeBron, and so you say LeBron is it's probably a couple people, right? You got KD, Kevin Durant, LeBron, Steph Curry, Giannis. I think those are the guys you say, okay, line them up.
Right now every person is just writing out this whole scenario of how the game would go. Something I feel like you guys didn't get enough credit for. was your focus because of the people that are on the side. I can't imagine being in one of the most intense, dramatic, just time-altering moments of your life, and Jack Nicholson is yelling at you. What was the most surreal moment where you go, oh my God, that person's over there, and they're really yelling at me?
No, you're right. You're right. I come from a small town, Lansing, Michigan. So now I go to Hollywood, and there is Jack Nicholson sitting there, right? And you're sitting there saying, wow, he's really here. And so now you're nervous and excited at the same time. We had Bruce Willis, when you had Eddie Murphy. We had all the guys who were on the top of their game at that time, right? Don Johnson, Miami Vice. Remember, everybody want to be cool, And so we had all the superstars there, and what you said was, you know what? They're here to see us play. Let's put on a show for them. But the best moments was when we won those 5 championships, and Jack Nicholson came to all our after parties. Like right when we won, then we had a big party, and then we had an after party to that party, and Jack was in there partying with us, man. We thought we were the coolest dudes on the face of the earth to have Jack partying and having fun on the dance floor with us.
What is it like to party with Jack Nicholson? I'm not sure I could keep up with Jack Nicholson.
No, nobody can. It was the coolest thing, and so for us to know the man, not the actor, but the man. And he became a friend of ours, and it was just so much fun. And then we had the coolest coach on the face of the earth, and Pat Riley. You talking about leading us on the dance floor. Pat Riley could dance us all under the table, under the floor. That dude stayed on that floor all night long.
God, I love that. See, those are the little things that I love the most. Just a couple more and cut you loose. I know you got a busy day. What I'm about to ask isn't leading the direction you think it's going to lead. Okay. But the last time you and I spoke, we did talk about winning time. Mm-hmm. And at this point, you gave me an answer. You've talked about it extensively. There's not much left to say. But what I do want to ask, if someone says down the road, I do want to make a Magic biopic, and I want to do it right, and I want to get it right, what is the thing they need to understand about you in order to make sure that they do get it done right?
That's a great question, and nobody's ever asked me that, so I appreciate that. The mindset, the attitude. I was driven, I'm talking about crazy driven to win and play the game the right way. So you have to understand, I didn't go out before games. All the season, I was concentrating on winning and being the best basketball player I could be. I was moody, cranky, and crazy because I hated to lose. And that's why I didn't marry my wife for a long time, because I didn't think Cookie and I and winning could coexist. So I said, I can't marry you right now because I'm married to basketball. And so if you're going to do Magic Johnson, those are the things you have to understand. And then I was still today, I feel a great leader. And you ask all those guys who played with me from high school, college, and Lakers. I led them. And so, but I knew what made every one of them tick. I knew what I had to do for every player on my team to get the most out of them. And that's how you become a great leader. Understanding, okay, how's your family? What's important to them? Man, when they walk into the locker room, I already know if they're locked in or if I got to get them going, right? And so that's what you have to understand about me. And I know that game, basketball, frontwards and basketball. This game, right, this little ball right here, that's my thing. I know it frontwards, backwards, sideways. And that's why when you think about Michael Jordan, you think about Larry Bird, myself, that's what made us great, is because we were students of the game and our basketball IQ was off the charts.
I love that. God, that was a cool fucking answer, man. That was a cool fucking answer. I want to know the thing that, because I feel like it's easy to ask, what do you miss most about being on that court and playing? But I want to know, what's the little thing? Because there's a lot of things you could tell me and I go, oh, I understand that. I understand missing, the feeling of victory. Or what is a little thing about being out there that someone like myself will never understand, because I've never been in that situation, that you miss the most about being out there?
It's the locker room, the camaraderie of the guys, the getting off the bus and coming in, and it's 20,000 so we're in Chicago, so 20,000 in Chicago Stadium, and they're just going against you. It wasn't, but I'm not even gonna say Chicago. Wasn't nothing like going to Boston Garden. 18,000. All in Celtic jersey.
They don't like you.
That's right. And they didn't. Larry's gonna kill you. Everybody's like all into it. And then to come out and win that game in Boston Garden, it wasn't a better feeling. So that's what you miss. You miss hearing the crowd go against you. You miss coming down that tunnel 12 deep, and I missed the last part of it, Pat Riley's unbelievable messages to us to prepare us for the game. I mean, he was a master motivator, better than anybody I've ever known. And so more than the game, those are the things I miss. And so it gave me the thrill of my life, and you can't replace that. Even business, I love owning all the teams I own and all that stuff, but it still doesn't replace you actually putting on that uniform and going out there performing.
Next best thing, this interview, right?
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
knew it.
For sure.
I knew it. You're such a good liar. That's fantastic.
Hey, no look.
Mr. Johnson, this is a fucking great interview.
Thank you. Oh,
this is a
was
great
fun.
interview.
Amazing, brother.
This is one of the great honors of my lifetime. So I appreciate it.
Thank
Hope that's okay that I swore.
Oh,
don't tell
no,
my mom.
It's okay.
Don't tell your mom.
Okay, no, I won't. A Christian woman, she'll be all on me.
You and me both. You and me both. That was a great interview. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate you. That was a great interview.
I like you going in the direction because nobody has gone.